G'day guys, Keno from Supercoach Spuds here. Back with the round 11 review. Sorry for the delay, I know it's a bit late in the week, but that's because I've been working on my buy plan and I'll make sure to include that in this video. So it'll be a little bit longer than normal, but yeah, anyways, round 11 review. It's becoming quite the common occurrence now here. Look, another stinker. I think that's 4 in a row now, so it's really not looking good, going down and down the ranks every week, and I don't know what we can do to turn this season around. Season rank 4,854. That was around 1,100 4 or 5 weeks ago. So yeah, we're taking L's at the moment. Not much to say really. That says it all. Just that's happening every week, and we can't have that. But unfortunately, it's not looking good. But yeah, onto the team this week. So Jake Lloyd, finally, I think this is his big game for the year. 142. If it loads, yeah, Jake Lloyd. First score above 125, so that's a big win for us. 35% of team, so he's not a pod, but yeah, better than Mills this week, so we'll take that. Whitfield, brought him in for Cozzy, scored 120, was really the only good player for the Giants, and 120, that's perfect, brought him in for sub 500k, so yeah, really good trade in. Jaden Short, 106 against Crom. We'll take that. Probably not top 6 defender at this point. It's getting a bit mid-season now. He doesn't look like he can compete with, Doherty, Rich for that 7 and 8 spot. So I think don't trade him in, but yeah, we're not going to trade him out now. He's doing his job, 97 average, so we'll take that. Ridley, 64. Look, that's hard to look at. Ever since he came back from concussion, Redmond's been taking kick-ins and Ridley's playing a different role, so that hurts. Don't even know if he's top 8 at this point. He'll bounce back though, but probably not looking at a 115 average from here, maybe 105 if we're lucky. Stephen May, 90, not a bad score, but not a great score for D5. We'll take it. Hasn't been the best option in the world, but he's better than the next man that we're going to speak about, which is CJ. Yeah, so old mate Jath has a 3-round average of 60.7. We brought him in thinking he would be a primo, and he's come out the last 3 weeks and averaged under 61 for a D6. So he's out this week. I've seen enough of him. Yeah, not happy with CJ. Lockie Jones, really good game. I should have fielded him, but you'd back your so-called primos in to score better than your rookies. But yeah, Lockie Jones, he seems to be a really good on-field option. And yeah, he's got the bye this week. But after his bye, he's projected to have another increase of $26,000. And yeah, Fife, just a loophole, so not much to talk about with Fife. Piggy Oliver, 161 3-round average. He's looking like M1 at this point, even over Bontempelli, in my opinion. Oliver's still done it consistently, and he's gone big 3 weeks in a row now, so yeah, that's awesome. McRae, 145, should have iced him, but it was either Oliver, McRae or Gawn for me, and unfortunately we went with Gawn, as we'll talk about soon. But yeah, really good game from McRae. And who are the Dogs got this week? We've got the Dockers, last game of the round. He could be a captain option there. Lions, that is annoying. First score of under a ton this year, and of course we had the captain on him. So yeah, that hurt our score a bit. He was on 35 at quarter time, and I was thinking beauty. But no, just slowed right down. I think he scored 9 points for the second quarter and didn't do much for the rest of the game, so that's really unfortunate. But 100% top 8 midfielder. I think Neil's back this week, but he showed us last year he can still average 110 thereabouts with Neil in the side. So, yeah, he'll bounce back. Steele, 154. I think that was one of the biggest scores for the midfield this week. Would have been a good captain option, but he's been in and out of form, so you wouldn't bet on him to do that consistently. But yeah, good game from Steele. Walshy, 90. Look, he's done us justice. You can't complain with an odd 90 from Walsh. I think he's pretty consistent around the 110 mark, so an occasional bad game isn't going to hurt our score too much, because even when he does have a below average game, it's still around 90, 95, but yeah, that's fine. Laird against the Tigers. The Tigers actually won a lot of the ball in the middle, which is surprising. So I think that's why Laird's score wasn't quite what we thought it would be. But yeah, 92, that's not great, but it's okay considering the form he's been in. I think he's secured his spot in all teams for the rest of the year and even next year. James Jordan, he's got a break-even of 90 this week. I don't think he'll get that, especially against the Lions, but he still has the 47 in his cycle, in his 2-game cycle from last week, so we'll hold Jordan. Poulter, 261k, still got that break-even of 11, which is still crazy good for someone that price. He's got the round 14 bye, which is a bit of a concern for us, because that's going to be our worst week. But yeah, in the next 2 weeks he should be at 300k, and we'll probably look to move him in his bye round. Scott didn't play due to head knock. He'll be back in hopefully for the Dogs this week. We're going to hold him even though he'll lose a bit of money. 94 break even. I'll hold him until his bye next week. Collier Dawkins, 56. Not bad. He'll rarely drop below 50, I think. Still has a good role for the Tigers, even with Cochin back and Bolton this week. But yeah, break even of 40. We'll hold him until next week when he has his bye. Onto the rucks. Grundy, he was on track for a good score, and then got injured. I think he pinched a nerve in his neck, so that's really unfortunate for Grundy. We'll hold him, I think, 2 to 3 weeks. Look, we're tight for trades at the moment, so we can't really afford to be trading him out and then back in, so we'll hold. Gawn, Vicedem, 120. By my standards, that's not good enough. I wish I took that over Lions, but 9 times out of 10, you'd probably think 120 isn't good enough. This week it was, but yeah, we took a bet with Lions, didn't work. What can you do? Matt Flynn played a lot of the game down forward. I don't think he's going to score too well from here on if Mumford is in the team consistently now. I think we can start to expect more 60s and 70s because he is playing a lot down forward at this point of the season. Break even of 75. Ned Reeves on the bubble. I know he's got his bye this week, Reeves. They both do. But we want the cash for next round, so Matt Flynn, he's made 240k, so he'll be on the way out this week. But yeah, good pick for the season. He was our R2 and then we brought in Grundy, but sitting on the bench now, not doing much. He won't make much more cash, so he's on the way out for Ned Reeves. Zeeble, first 100 in 3 weeks. Thanks, Mr. Aaron Hall, for stealing Zeeble's showdown back. But yeah, he's still top 6, still averaging 115, even with a few rough weeks. But yeah. Dusty, 95. 23 touches. Sorry, that was the week before. Anyways, against the Crows, had a decent game. Still very unselfish. He he'd average over a ton, I reckon, if he kicked more goals. But yeah, you can't complain with the 95 at his price. Anyways, Impey 62. That's unfortunate. They did get pumped by Gold Coast, the Hawks. So I think Impey tends to score well when the Hawks are somewhat in the game. So yeah, we can't afford to be sideways trading primos at this point. So we'll hold Impey, but pretty disappointing there. Warner, he's done something like this for 5 or 6 weeks in a row now. Just around that high 50s, low 60 mark. Yeah, since round 7 he's gone 61, 61, 58, 59, 63. So he's within 5 points every week for the last 5 rounds. So very consistent. Yeah, break even of 65. Look, his form would say he'd get close to that, but maybe just lose a little bit of money. But yeah, we'll be holding him until round 14, which is his buy round. Farah. I don't really want to talk about this pick. We were desperate. We brought in Jai Farah for 170k. He wasn't even 120, 117. He was 170k. We brought him in. Not only did we bring him in, we had him on field this week. And he pops a 14. I don't think anyone scoring sub 15 deserves a spot on field, let alone in the team. So, yeah, he's on his way out this week. Break even is too high for my liking, and yeah, I think he had 5 touches, so pretty shattered with the Farah pick, but what can you do? Waitman, 53, that's okay, he'll make money. Decent on-field option when you look at our bench, McCreary and Waterman. But yeah, he kicked a goal, I think. He can play, he's a good small forward, but not the best on-field option. But unfortunately, we have to keep him at this point because our forward line is very weak and there are priorities elsewhere. McCree didn't play. He should be back in this week. Make a bit more cash. And Waterman, 54. I don't know if he holds his spot. Harry Jones did play, and Waterman played as well. I think Harry Jones was supposed to be having a break, but he did come in, and Waterman kicked 1 or 2, I think. I'm not too sure about that one. I didn't watch the game, but 54, that's alright. Okay, now we'll start with this week's trades, and then we'll talk about buy-around trades. So we've got 3 this week. No-brainer, Farah out. CJ out. I've seen enough of both of those 2. And Matt Flynn, thank you for your service, but you've made enough cash now. I don't see you making much more. So Matt Flynn will be going to Big Ned. Even though he's got the bye, that's fine. We've got enough this week, even without Grundy. Down back, I made the same mistake with Lockie Jones, bringing in a player after 1 game. But he looked very good for the Pies, and they like the young fellas, so we'll be going early on Bianco if he does keep his spot. And that leaves us with 742k. Look, there's Zorko, there's Dale, there's Hind. I think they're all a bit too much for us at this point, so yeah, this is the last week to get Heaney, and we'll be bringing him in. So that leaves us with 344k. Okay, so this week we'll probably do something like this. Both of those have the bye, so there's no point looping with Bianco. Midfield is stacked, not a single bye player apart from Brockman, wouldn't play anyways. And then we'll just put McCreary on for Impey. So this week we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20, 21. We'll chuck those 2 on field. So we got 21 this week. So no worries there. Moving on to round 13. We've got a bit of a problem. It'll be tough to get a team next week. I think we can do it. Get 18. So next week we'll be looking at Warner out. We'll be looking at Scott out. I think he'll lose too much money after next week, and yeah, I'd rather get Farah out before Scott this week. So we'll be going Warner, Scott, and Collier Dawkins. So Scott and Collier Dawkins have the round 13 bye, so it'll be handy to get those two out. We'll be bringing in Aaron Hall down forward, who's got the bye this week. So yeah, won't have to worry about him missing a game. Fingers crossed he doesn't get injured after we bring him in. We'll bring in just a 102 non-playing rookie for Collier Dawkins for the cash. And for Scott, we'll look to bring in Boak or Mitch Duncan. I haven't fully decided. I've worked out the money behind all these trades, so they do work. They do add up in terms of cash, so there's no worries with the cash there. But yeah, it's just really which one I prefer, and it'll probably come down to who's cheaper. You know, if Dangerfield comes back, how does that affect Duncan? I do like Duncan, but Boak is cheaper as of right now. Round 14, this is definitely my weakest round. I think it's most people's though, so look, I'm sacrificing round 14 purely to get the best team I can for round 12 and 13. So round 14, we'll be going Jimmy Jordan, who's been incredible, Poulter and McCreary, so they all have the round 14 bye. And I think if we don't trade them, we have 14, 15 players. So we'll be going, whichever one we don't bring in out of Boak and Duncan, we'll be bringing him in round 14 for Jordan. We'll be bringing in, where are we? A rookie, a midfield or forward rookie. If we bring in a midfield rookie, that'll be for Poulter. If we bring in a forward rookie, that'll be for McCreary. And then, yeah, the last one will just be to another 102k non-playing player. So that'll leave us with about 150 grand left over after the buys. And 3 trades left. Round 15, I'm planning on doing Waterman and Waitman to a rookie, either 102 or a cheap one that's going to play, and then any forward we want. So Dunkley, if he's back, I don't think he will be. Dangerfield, he should be back. Zorko, bit expensive and probably gets negatively affected when Neil comes back. Butters, if he's back in time. And then the 2 safe, cheaper options, Nick Hind and Bailey Dale. That'll leave us with 1 injury trade left and about 150k in the bank if we do look towards Hind or Dale. And we'll have Lockie Jones and Bianco stuck on field, so one of those 2 down back. We will have that 1 trade and a bit of money if we want to go full primo, but I want to save that for injury, considering we'll have Heaney and Hall. So I think we'll just have to deal with one of these 2 every week, or even, put Laird up there, see if Brockman plays or whoever we bring in here. So yeah, that's the round review and the buy structure. The buy structure it'll most likely change. There's bound to be rookies that debut, there's bound to be injuries, there's bound to be players that drop stinkers and drop a whole lot in price, and then we can't trade them to who we want, but we'll see how we go. Anyways, the season's not looking great at this point for us, but yeah, that's all from me. Cheers.